Welcome back to Live at the Roxy, and this show today is going to Roxx. But my crappy puns are already coming through, and I needed help for that one because I didn't even see it. Guys, today my very special guest, founder of BatMe, Jayla Roxx, is in the house.
Hey. Thank you for finally letting me on. I'm stopped banging down the window. Let me in.
Finally? Are you kidding me? Literally, there's nothing you could ask for that I would say no. I think you are the biggest star, and you know that.
Thank you.
If you want to come on every show from now until eternity, then you are welcome at any time.
I will keep giving you dad jokes, and we are going to just, we're going to be like.
Yeah, I stole that right from you because before we went up, you were like, "Look at all the Roxx energy in
Roxx energy here. I love it.
I always wanted 2 X's. I always wanted that.
Not 3 X's. I always say that 2 X's, 3 if you nasty. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. But I always my parents gave me the name Roxy, so it was spelled Roxy, and I always used to in school put 2 X's, but nothing was registered as that. And they were like, "Honey, you're spelling your name wrong." I was like, "No, I'm just being different. Let me live my life."
Do people actually tell you is your name really Roxy? Do you get that a lot?
All the time. I mean, so technically, originally my name was Roxanne, and I love Roxanne. I don't know at what point it just never, nobody ever called me that in my life. Nobody ever said it. And I think I'm a little feisty for the name Roxanne. I feel like Roxanne is a queen in England somewhere, just oh, now presenting Roxanne. She just seems a little proper for me. So Roxy was always my name. I think it took me years to even know my name was Roxanne. But so it's just but that's how they spelled it. But I guess I could change it. I could do what I want.
I say legally change it to Roxy.
With the 2 X's or just one? Now it's just this though.
Yeah, just how it is, just 1 X.
And I also always wanted to find a hubby with the last name Star, so I could just go by Rockstar.
Yeah, they're gonna think you're a drag queen then.
But why not? Fine. Let them think. I would love that. So Jayla, welcome to the show. For anybody who doesn't know Jayla, we know each other through AfterBuzz. She's an amazing host and also has a badass makeup company, which is just incredible.
A walking billboard. Yeah.
And also putting me to shame. Thank you for looking so good so that I remember that I have to put eyeshadow on at some point during quarantine. How are you motivating yourself to beat your whole face right now?
Oh my God. I am okay. Can we be totally honest? You told me to be honest.
Anything you want to say or do.
Okay. I'm going to say it live because we're live. I am a little bit this much terrified of you.
Tell me, just so you know, you're the 80th person to tell me that during quarantine. I feel like something about being on Zoom, people feel like they can say it. People, why? What do I do?
Warrior. I'm a keyboard warrior, okay?
You're not, but what? How do I not put off this terrifying energy? I love everybody.
It's I know, I love you to death, but I was she's not going to see me in my sweatpants and my headscarf. I am going to give her the 5-star, meal. But
fuck, I should have done that for you. Damn.
No, you are. You totally are. But I feel like I have to present myself to Queen Roxanne every time. Every time. And it's just because I feel like I owe you one, man. You really have. You gave me the chance to be on AfterBuzz, and I remember you giving us the audition. And you're just we don't give a shit about this. Just get to the point. I was I like her.
What is it? Is that the part of me that people are, whatever it is, get nervous by because I'm just super, this is what we were looking for? Because I've been trying to figure out my whole life. How do I've been told by every boyfriend and every boyfriend's family, be softer as
I hate that.
softer, and I don't know how to fucking be softer.
Well, listen, let me tell you this. You don't get in Forbes by being soft, okay?
Damn right. That article was amazing, by the way.
I had to plug it just a little bit.
I mean, how did that even happen? I never talked to you about how that came to be.
Okay, well, Molly is a really good friend of mine, and she's doing a series right now at Forbes and using her platform. So that's what we're kind of doing right now, is using our platforms to make sure people get on. And this was pre-COVID and protests and everything like that. So she's doing a series of queer women in the world who are making a difference. And for somehow, some way, I came across her radar, and we did the article back in February. And I was like, when is this coming out? She was like, next month. I was like, next month's my birthday. She's like, happy birthday. And she announced it on my birthday. So it was the best birthday gift ever.
Damn.
And it was so surreal. I was like, Forbes, I ain't got no money, but
what did that do for you, for your company? Like, did it make a difference? Did you have people contacting you because they saw you in Forbes?
You know what? People started to take it more seriously.
Yeah, of course.
Understand that the work that we're trying to do, and it's way beyond just selling makeup and looking pretty. We're actually giving back. So we're donating our money and profits to the LGBT Center and the Black Trans Protesters Emergency Fund. And we're doing those things, and we're telling a message about celebrating queer art and queer culture and putting it to the forefront. And then it's like, if you feel good, you'll do good. And if you do good, you'll continue to buy good. That makes you, it's a revolving circle. So I'm just glad to be at the epicenter of it all and inspiring these great queer youth and doing their thing.
Did you always love makeup? Was that always like an obsession of yours?
Low key. Okay, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So I've always been like a theater kid. A lot of people don't know that about me. I was a theater kid.
Growing up?
Yes. Okay.
I was too. Oh my God. Crazy theater kid. Like so dramatic.
Everything. So my first role was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I was
in what play? What is the show?
I don't know.
Okay.
Thinking about it, I'm like, what the hell was it? I think it was a Christmas play, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was 4, and I was the lead role, and I had my red nose, and it blinked, and I was hot shit, honey.
Yeah.
But
oh my God. Everybody must have been so jealous of you because Rudolph is like
that's the main part.
Yeah. Rudolph is the role.
Yeah. So having that experience of being like in the forefront, and Jayla Roxx was Jayla Roxx before Jayla Roxx knew who Jayla Roxx was. You know what I mean? So
wow.
All of that's
pretty powerful, actually.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm a big movie watcher, so I'm all over the place. But I like to when they do the timeline movies, I feel like my life has finally caught up with this timeline.
Wow.
So back to the theater. So
yeah.
I was doing all of the theater stuff up until high school, college, and makeup was a mandatory. And I was like,
oh, you had to take classes to learn for the theater.
Yeah, we had to learn how to do stage makeup. And that was the only time I could wear makeup. You know what I mean? Living in the South. And
of course.
So
that must have been such a relief to be able to, because you're on stage or doing theater, really kind of live who you are more.
Yeah. So I felt like I was a drag queen. And I was just like, this makes me feel good because, like I said, I look good, I feel good, and I'm doing something that makes me, have that revolving circle. So, and then I'm also in the forefront because Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you know what I mean? So it all ties back into where I am today. And I feel like I'm grateful for my past.
So when you were deciding, were you like, okay, I want to do something in makeup, and then the company kind of comes, or were you like, I want to build a business. What should I do? Oh, I've always loved makeup.
Well, I'm a budget queen. So I was like, what can I do to not what am I spending my money on? And it all ends up in makeup. Like, I love lashes. I love this brand and that brand. And I was like, well, if I never have to pay for it again, if I never have to pay for it again, I can just start a company. And I was like, that works. So I'll always have the inventory. And it kind of evolved from there, just like a side hustle. And then I started to get this small community of people saying these lashes changed my life. And I'm like, lashes? But then I get to hear the stories of how they feel amazing when they're on stage. And, you know, doing drag or performing or whatever the case, and they look good. So that's what it's all about.
One of the things I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but would be the most daunting about starting a makeup company is that there are so many right now. There's
Mm,
so many makeup companies. So you have to kind of find like what's your thing and what makes you different, special. How do you stand out with all the other noise? What kind of do you feel like is your niche, and how did you find that?
yeah, well, it took me at least like the first year, 2 years to figure it out because I was so busy trying to copy what everyone else had. And I was like, well, this person has, you know, this type of makeup or this type of approach. And I
Yeah.
wasn't like, what's for them is for them. I didn't realize that, but I was trying to copy of what everybody else was doing. So it left my story being like unauthentic. Is that a word?
Yeah. And I
Unauthentic?
think it's authentic, right?
Fact check me.
Anytime I say something and then I'm like,
I'm the queen of making up words. So if I make up some words, just write them in the comments. Like she said this, she said that, and put them in a dictionary.
they know, everybody watching right now knows I do that shit all the time too because
Yeah,
they call me out. So just more rocks power between the two of us. We just make,
exactly.
but why not make up your own words? Who cares?
Exactly. So if it wasn't a true, real story, I couldn't really, you know, you can't really sell your products with love. And I sell
Right.
my stuff with love. And I'm like, if it's something that I can proudly wear and proudly tell them my story, then people are gonna follow suit. And then like, okay, well, you know, it's not just a cash grab. This person's also building a community within the customers. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
how I retain people because now I know these people by name and my face. And I got
Who,
the
your
chance.
customers?
Yes, I got a chance to go to DragCon last year for RuPaul, and people were walking up to me like, "I'm such and such and such on Instagram. I love your lashes. I love your makeup." And I was like, "You know who I am?" And I was like, "It's so weird, but
Wow.
it keeps me going, and that's how I stay motivated."
So how right now are you selling your product? Like, are you mostly online, or if people want to buy, how do they purchase?
Yes, you can go to batmecosmetics.com. That's BATME. And I got the name because originally it was Batme Lashes. And you get it like Bat My Lashes. Doo dad
I'm so
joke.
glad you just said that because I love the dad jokes. I've never even thought about it because it's just like I feel like a lot of companies have names that sound cute. So Bat Me just sounds kind of cute, but I never thought about like Bat Me.
Yeah, because it's like we started off with lashes and now we have like a full cosmetics line. We have contours and highlights and lipsticks and all that fun stuff. And it's all vegan and gluten free and cruelty free. So, and it goes for a good cause. You know what I mean?
Damn. Okay, going back for a second, because usually I start the show by asking this question, but we just jumped into conversation
I
because I
know we're
adore you.
natural like that. Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, this is how I'm trying to gauge a lot of our guests right now. Like, what's a day in the life for you right now with everything that's going on? Obviously, all of the protests and the quarantine and everything that is 2020, which is just, it's got to go down as the craziest year that's ever existed. But with everything, like, what is it looking like for you right now?
Like Maria says all the time, getting better together. So I try to turn myself spiritually because I feel like in quarantine I've been most spiritual as I've been in the longest time, I guess, my whole life. So I've started to find some type of like clarity. 2020 is the vision of like the clear vision and the year of clarity. So I'm trying to figure out how to take care of myself more.
When you say
And
spiritual, is that religious or is that spiritual like just connection to the earth?
connection to the earth, connection to God, connection to the universe, whatever you want to,
Right.
you know, the power that be. And I don't really put a name on it, if you will.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
kind of feel it. So that's kind of where I've been. So day in the life of me, I have a house plant now, just one. So I
Did you say
water.
a house plant? Is it your baby? Like, I have a
It is.
house plant.
It's a celery. So I'm starting easy.
Oh my
Uh,
God, that you were just telling me about celery. This is how you have
yeah,
celery because you're
yeah. That's how
growing
my skin's
celery?
like glowing.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, I've got to get a celery plant. Is it
Yeah.
difficult? Because I do not have a green thumb. I kill everything I touch, I feel
And
like.
me too. So I was like, if I want to get a dog, because we were talking about adoption. And I was like, if I want to adopt a dog, I want to start small. We'll do plant first, then fish, then dog. You know what I mean? So kind of just
Are you
responsibility.
gonna get a fish?
Maybe. I don't know.
I've killed so many fishes
Oh,
too.
stop. Me too. I've had
You
a lot of
won't, you
goldfish
won't.
growing up. So I was like,
Yeah,
that's a
me
natural thing.
too. But
Yeah.
you get them at like a fair or whatever the hell that they come
But
in that
they're
little
already
bag. They're already
damn
like
near
dead.
dead when you get them. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not our fault. I really don't feel like it.
I
Okay, so
know.
your day is you start with your plant.
House plant. You got to give love to the earth. And I meditate.
Okay, I need to learn this because so many of our guests that I feel like are incredibly just have this great energy to them and are at ease are all saying they meditate, and I can't shut
Yeah.
my mind up for 2 seconds. I've tried meditating so many times. If you are not somebody who's good at this, how do you start meditating?
Well, you got to kind of find what helps you, because when people think meditating, it's just like people think just sitting down, just quiet and humming, all that kind of thing. But you
Yeah.
can meditate through art, you can meditate through dance, you can meditate through, just walking around your neighborhood, you can meditate through, you know what I mean, just doing whatever. So you got to find out what centers you and consider that be your spiritual check for the day. So for me, that includes a dance party in the
Every day?
morning, every day, every morning. And I'm talking about like 70s, 80s. Don't stop till you get enough.
Wait, those are my jams. I'm obsessed with 70s and
Yeah.
80s music.
But it's so good for you because it helps you shake off all of the bed energy and the lagginess. And you do that.
How
And
long?
I say like 15-minute dance party.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it's like nonstop. So you have like a mega mix and you just do it, earth, wind, and fire. And so now that my body's all up, you got to have coffee because I don't want to cuss a bitch out on my walk.
I have never had a sip. I've never had a sip of coffee. I am a tea drinker through and through, and I'm so obsessed with tea that I'm scared to try coffee because I know that I'll just be so addicted to it.
Yeah, I think I know that about you. You said that somewhere.
Yeah, I'm like scared of it. I don't know
I
why.
just
I feel like
remembered though. I'm like, really? But yeah, you're not missing out. It stunts your growth.
no, I hear it's incredible in every way, and I know I'm going to start drinking it at some point. But
It's
exactly what
black
you said.
bean water.
Maybe this is why people think that that people are like scared of me or whatever because I don't have coffee. And maybe if I had coffee, I would be a little nicer in the
Good
mornings.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, that's actually what I do. So I end up investing into like a nice industrial Keurig machine. So it makes my coffee for the morning. And what I do is I set it on a timer and all that fun, funky stuff. And I just, make my own iced coffees or donut shop or whatever the case may be. So I take that and I have like this little reusable cup. I'm getting so detailed. And then I
No,
go out.
I asked you. I love to know. Like, I
So
really
this is
love to know
literally
what
what
people
I
are
do.
doing right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I haven't really checked my phone yet. So we were blowing my phone up. And I go outside and put my headphones on and I do a walk around my neighborhood. I live by the Brady Bunch house.
That's so cute.
So I get to see it every morning and I'm like,
Do you hear the song play in your head when you walk
that's why I'm
by?
always like so
Yeah.
chipper and and I hear birds in the morning and I see like pretty pink flowers out my window. Like I
Yeah.
have the setting, you know what I mean? So you can't help but, and I feel like waking up, you got to be happy. You woke up.
I need that. I need to figure
Yeah.
that out. I don't have that. Right now, I feel like the second I wake up, I check my phone, there's a fire to put out.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck. And then I hit the ground running and have this energy all day of like hectic and I don't know, like I'm just more aggressive
Yeah.
or, solve this, get it done. I don't have like peaceful moments in my day anymore.
Oh yeah, fuck that. I got to because if I don't, I'm going to answer an email when I can just
Yeah.
like, let's do it like this. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm like,
100%.
if I don't do all of that, and my body's going to be off, and I'm going to, feel like I won't get anything done. And believe it or not, even though I'm self-employed, I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, like a normal person. Like,
and you really do turn off after 5? You're like, okay, this is when the emails.
The people don't have to call me. Don't call me about nothing after 5 o'clock. Unless it's to
Damn.
go to a bar or to smoke.
I'm with you on both, and I will be calling you after 5 o'clock when we're out of quarantine to do both those things.
Yes, I will be there.
I think that's really healthy. Like, I don't know many people who live in LA who are out here who are turning off after 5 and then starting the next morning. I just don't feel like that's how people operate, and I wish that I could have more of that. I also wish, like you said earlier, when you're not checking your phone in the morning or whatever, I've told myself so many times in the morning when I wake up, just give yourself an hour before you check your phone so you can have you time. But for some reason, not one time have I successfully done that. Like, if I feel like this energy that something's on my phone, I can't think about anything else. I can't do anything else. And I don't know how to disconnect from that. Has this always been natural for you to just kind of have this routine, or were you at some point, did you have to make a switch?
Not. I had to make a switch when I had a responsibility and I had a baby, and my baby being me. So if people are telling me these stories and telling me how great and how their lives have changed, I have to make sure that I am now a pillar of my community. I'm like, oh shit, people are like looking to me for answers now. And I'm like, so I had to kind of get my shit together, because I was just like, yeah, whatever. I want to be famous, but then it's like, okay, do you actually have responsibilities? And I feel like when you have a child, and I mean like not a real child.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
I don't like other people's kids, but I like my kids.
I mean, we can't even figure out the plant thing yet. And then we're going to fish, and then maybe dog. Kid is a little bit away.
Dogs are kids, period.
Yeah.
So I would be all over the place, and I realized that, okay, now that money is involved and articles and people are starting to take heed to it, I got to stack my papers and make sure that I continue to be able to put out the fires. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I'm already a fire in itself, I'm going to just cause more flames to everything. So I got to put out my fire just a little bit and be able to put out other fires, the bigger fires.
Well, especially in, again, 2020, there are a lot of bigger fires. And, with everything going on, what are you right now? What are you doing for the movement? How are you spending your days in terms of, are you protesting at all? Are you, I know you had talked about giving back. So I'm assuming in some ways, either financially or time-wise, how are you being affected by this business-wise, all of that?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I kind of see it as all of this as a blessing, because, despite everything going on, people are now starting to listen to the things that people like myself have always been saying. And now people are like, oh, well, maybe, now that it takes everybody, it's like, if it's one little group that says it, it's like, yeah, that's folklore. But if the whole world says it, then people can't lie about the same thing. So now people are starting to understand. Like I said, the Forbes article was in February, and people are just now reading the Forbes article and going, oh my God, this is new. And I'm like, no, check the dates, boo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been saying it, but I'm not mad at it, because people are now like giving the company and giving the queer art the respect that they rightfully deserve. You know what I mean? And there's been a lot on TV that we see now that's always been taken from or inspired by, but never featuring. You know what I mean? So it's, I have been giving back financially, because COVID is still real. And and I want to make sure that I am safe, and I have my mask here. So that's probably why my makeup is a little smear.
That mask is really cute.
Oh my God. This mask was made by Mark, Jay Freeman from
No
AfterBuzz.
way.
Yeah, he dropped off masks from all of his cast members.
Oh my God, he's so freaking cute.
I know, and I can't take it off, but I do clean it though. For people that are watching, I do clean my mask. I have more than one, and I do have disposables, but this is my Funky Town mask, you know.
Yeah, I just have the most plain masks. I have a few of them too, but they all look like that's just so cute. I need some energy
Yeah,
in
you
my
need to
mask.
fashion and bling it out. My
Yeah.
best friend Rockstar makes custom masks. Masks? Is it mask or masks?
Masks.
Mask.
Makes
My mouth can't say that.
custom
I
masks.
got new teeth, so I can't really. So I'm like, yeah.
That's why in the thumbnail, the two of us, I'm like, you make my teeth look so yellow. Oh my God, I have yellow ass teeth next to you. I need to whiten or do something because no,
Yes,
it's
I'll
not
give you my
cute.
doctor's number.
I need, please, thank you.
They'll chisel like.
I know. That's what I need. Oh, and I think I have
Yeah.
a cavity right now, and it's fucking
I
driving me
probably do
insane.
too. That's why I keep going like, I feel it.
But like you just said, COVID is real, and like I don't want to
Yeah.
go to a dentist right now and have somebody in my mouth. I feel
Mouth
like
and yeah.
that's the closest that you get to, and they're in everybody else's mouth right now.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to host a trans ally and trans panel yesterday, and I got a chance to talk with a few trans women that are doing something monumental for our community, especially during this time, like Ashley Marie Preston and Hope Giselle and
Oh, wow.
Blossom, you know. And I felt like, well, me giving money isn't enough, you know what I mean? So I felt like, okay, now I have to do my part even more, especially, you know what I mean? Like people always say, well, you Black, you don't have to do nothing. You can just sit it out.
Right.
But that we've been sitting it out for way too long. That's easy for people to say, like, you know, wait your turn. You know, we got this, but when do you got you? So that's kind of where I am now. So I'm like, you know, I try to make sure I do what I can and make sure I support every cause, every brand, and, you know, uplift everyone.
Where was that panel? Was it digitally?
It was digital, yeah, on Zoom. I
And
think
how did it go?
it went great. We learned a lot about each other, about
Really?
like,
Oh,
you know,
awesome.
and I did let everyone, because I hosted it and I thought it was great. And I learned so much. And I feel like it's beyond just trans people or, you know, gay people. The message can be spread to everyone. And that's kind of what I wanted to make sure that it was for everybody, but just focus from the mouths of, because we've heard from other people. It's time to hear from these women who've been doing it. Like they didn't just pop up out of the blue.
Yeah.
They've been doing the work. People are just now turning to them for answers.
Well, kind of piggybacking off of that, I feel bad that this is Pride Month, and I feel like that it's being overshadowed by so many incredibly important things, obviously, that are happening. But with all of the Black Lives Matter protests and, of course, COVID, it feels like people are not celebrating Pride the same way that we're used to, especially in LA, you know, where the whole month is like just such a beautiful thing. So what do you think? Like, are we? I feel like we need to pick another month this year and like double down
and just do a redo.
Yeah, because it's like Pride deserves to have a whole month. It deserves to. It deserves to have every day. But
yeah, and that's what I try to preach at BATME is like Pride is every day, because
yeah.
you know how the brands do. They'll get their rainbows up, honey, and then
they take them right down.
July 1st, later, homo.
Yeah, but that's so fucked up. Like, and I think that one of the main things that I keep hearing, not just about Pride Month, but also about BLM, is like everybody shouting, "This is not a trend. Do not jump on the bandwagon for 2 weeks and then change your icon from a black circle back to your selfie or whatever. Like, don't be on this bandwagon. You know, you're either here for change or you're not."
Yeah.
And
I like those memes that people share. It says, "Remember, all Black Lives Matter."
I know.
And I was like, yeah, but you know, it takes the change from in-house, and I'm so like overwhelmed by everybody taking like, you know, part of it, and like you know, everybody has to take part of it, whether they agree with it or not. Everybody's taking part of it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, and no one's like ignoring it. You know what I mean? I'm so glad that it's not that. It makes people say, "Oh, lives matter," and then it makes people say, "Oh," but you know what I mean? So if it gets a reaction out of something, out of everybody, then it's doing its job.
a lot of times on this show, people have talked about, because everybody who's here, who watches, they're all part of the team. Like, you're not watching this show if you're not part of the fucking team. But a lot of them will talk about having family members who are not and having those tough conversations. Yeah. So for you in your life, Jayla, is there anybody in your life that you've had to kind of set straight or explain why it's inappropriate to say all lives matter, or are any relationships that actually have been really damaged by this time?
You know what? I seen a lot on Facebook. A lot of people are saying, you know, this is this, but, and this is stage, and this is stage. I'm like, oh, but we're friends. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like, that's, like I said, 2020 is clarity, girl.
Do you write back to them, or do you just kind
of? Oh no, I don't. Yeah. I just be like, good to know. Block, delete, block. So, but I would say personally, no. But I have, okay. Since we're being real.
Yeah, what's the tea?
Okay, the tea is I have dated a lot of white men. I normally date, you know, outside my race. And
is that like what you're more attracted to is white men?
I'm attracted to everybody. I'm attracted to girls too. You know, but I am just attracted to people. So I would just say, like, you know, I've dated people, and I never, you know, people always say, I don't see color. I feel like you do need to see color.
Everyone sees color, or you're blind, unless you're blind.
Yeah. Like, you have to acknowledge me as a Black person first. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the first thing you see. You know what I mean? I'm Black first. So a lot of those friends, I still, like, I don't instant stalk them. They, like, I don't know why I'm still friends with them on, like, social media, but I see them, you know, well, why did this have to happen? And why is this? And I'm like, so if they're like, even with the whole, like, transgender healthcare being reversed and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, you're not speaking up about those things, then am I chopped liver? I mean, I know I'm chopped liver, but am I chopped liver?
Yeah, no, I hear exactly what you're saying.
You know what I mean? You're not standing up for, you're not using your privilege and your voice to stand up. You know what I mean? So that makes me wonder, like, well, was it just like, you know, are you fetishizing Black people, or is it just for, like, physical, you know? But
have you gotten answers to any of that, or not really?
That is my answer.
That is it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's you not saying nothing is my answer.
Yeah.
You not standing up for people getting wrongfully killed by the police. You know what I mean? Like, you're not saying that, but that's my answer. You're still posting your Starbucks and your gym selfies.
Yeah. And then you know that it's good that the relationship ended anyway, because
people are dying, Kim.
Yeah, I know.
People are dying, Kim.
There's tons of comments, questions, all this stuff going on in here, so I do want to get to some.
Okay.
Going back earlier in the show, Samir. Hi, Samir. We adore you here. You're amazing.
Hi, Samir.
Happy Sunday, ladies. I was born in Eritrea, and my name means unity. Other than the BLM movement, what else unites you, Roxy and Jayla? P.S. Roxy, I'm a Virgo. Peace and love. Love that. So I wonder if I'm saying that right. Eritrea.
Eritrea, yeah.
Eritrea. What else? Okay, what else unites us? Well, first of all, obviously AfterBuzz unites us. Hosting, I think, creativity. All of the things.
We don't take no shit.
Yeah, take no shit. That's true. Yeah. I think, like, actually we're very similar in a lot of ways. So we're united in a ton of ways. Shout out to, that's like patty cake. What is it?
Yes, that's our unity.
I love that. Code Z, who said, I heard the Patreon call. Good. I'm glad that the blast went out there. I know YouTube hasn't been sending out notifications for a lot of my shows, as they've been demonetizing my shows, as they don't want us talking about BLM. So thank you, YouTube, for all that fucking goodness. I feel bad talking shit about a platform I'm on, but also be better.
Like the Spectrum guy.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ. All right, going in here. Let's see. Lewis Cox says, "Hey Roxy, how does Jayla feel about what JK Rowling has tweeted about trans people? Love what you are doing." Yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts on this because we've been talking about JK Rowling all week on this show. What do you
I don't know
think?
why you're talking about her all week.
I know. Good point. Good point. She just keeps fucking coming up because she won't shut the fuck up.
Right. So let me say this. I am glad. Oh, I want you to see my hand. I am glad that I have never given that person any of my dollar. I am glad to not be a Harry Potter fan because I've always been like shunned for not being a Harry Potter fan. And now I'm just like, see, I've been telling y'all all along that it was foolish. But at the end of the day, people always talk about the things that they know nothing about. Always the loudest. So
it's so true.
It gets no rise out of me. It gets no rise out of me. You know what I mean? Dr. Phil's my friend. I'm not worried about her. You know what I mean? Like, so I try to make sure that, because people say negative shit about me, like personally. And, you know, despite the whole Twitter thing we talked about, that's different. But I try to make
vote
sure
for you to
that
get back on, by the way.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I try to not let that have any effect on me. If you've seen the episode with me on Dr. Phil, there was a girl, Carissa Pinkston, who was dropped from Fenty for tweeting transphobic stuff, and then she lied about being trans, and then she lied about not being trans. So they asked me.
She lied and said she was trans, and she wasn't trans.
But she made
I didn't even know that story.
Yeah, it's on Dr. Phil, girl. You gotta watch it. It's good.
Yeah,
yeah. So they asked me, and I was there, and looking her across the face like this. She was crying, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." You done? So that's how I feel about JK Rowling, Mr. Lewis Cox. That's how I feel.
Oh God, but is it okay for me to be more upset about the situation then? Because like you have a better grip on it and you're like, I'm fine. I'm not okay. I'm not okay with what she's saying.
But it takes for you to not be okay. And because my thing is, I've been unokay. We got a new word we made up. I've been unokay.
I'm unokay.
Yeah, I've been unokay for a while.
Right.
I've always been unokay. So now that it's your turn to be unokay with me, that's what we have in common. We're unokay.
And I want you to keep your zenness and be chill so that I can fucking freak for you because she won't. This is why she's come up on the show so many times this week because I've never, I guess I've seen it before, but it's very rare that you see somebody double down so hard on something they know nothing about. And she just keeps fucking doubling down and she's not listening and she's not letting anybody explain to her why what she's saying is so offensive and she's not letting anything penetrate her. And then this most recent article where she was talking about her own experience, which granted that, you know, I feel for anybody who's experienced any form of sexual assault, trauma, harassment, anything, but it's not relevant to the conversation. And like, I don't know whether she decided to do that now for like points or something. It just felt so fucking gross to me. And I don't know how to phrase that better, but I was so frustrated.
Girl, put down the house cooking wine, put down Twitter, put down everything, girl. Just keep writing books. They want to hear the fantasy, girl. Give them that. We don't want to hear shit you got to say because you know nothing, girl. And I'm not like, you know, negating her story, anything like that. But don't try to use that as like well, this is why.
It's not relevant. It's
not. And you aren't either. Next.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of next, more questions coming in the Patreon. This is coming from Chris Martinez, who says, "Hey, Roxy and Jayla, hope you're having a great day. My girlfriend loves being creative with her makeup. Do you have any tips on makeup creativity when you have to get ready for work?" Ooh, interesting question.
Oh, okay. So I would have to say it's all in the eyes. We're all wearing masks nowadays. I only put lipstick on because I was in front of Roxy. So, like, you see this? Like, that's all you need.
Oh, so good.
And that's all you need. You know what I mean? Just kind of express yourself in your eyes without telling, you know, I mean, people have been doing that for years, you know?
And for Chris's girlfriend, I don't know what she does for work, but I'm assuming like a lot of people don't like to do very heavy makeup in the eyes at work. So what
Yeah,
can
this
you
isn't heavy.
still like?
I
Yeah,
have
no, yours is perfect.
3 colors in my eyes, not heavy.
But
So
for
it's all in the lash, you know what I mean? Like, I have simple makeup on,
yeah,
but in my lashes
they still
tell the
pop.
more dramatic story, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, girl, I hook up Chris's girlfriend, let's go to Batmy Cosmetics, I will put some lashes in a case for you,
Oh
and
god,
we're gonna make sure that she looks good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, also coming in here, Chris Burke. So Chris and Avery are a father-daughter duo on the show who we're
Oh, I
obsessed
love
with. Avery
it.
is 12, and Avery says, "Hi Roxy, it's Avery. Just wanted to say hi and let you know that I got cast in a commercial. I'm excited. I hope you have a great day. Love, Avery." Avery has been auditioning her little butt off.
Yes.
And we're so proud of you, Avery. That's amazing that you got cast. Girl, you got cast more in a commercial than I did this year, so you know that you're doing a great thing. And
Right.
it's awesome that you're starting so young and that you have a supportive dad who's letting you do all these things in audition. So Avery, we love that.
Yes. Avery, you remind me of me when I was young. Keep going, keep fighting. Like I told the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer story at 4, and now I'm like from 4 to Forbes, honey. Like, keep going, Avery. Congratulations on your commercial, and we can't wait to see it.
I can't wait. You have to let us know when it's airing and
Yes.
what it's for. Yeah, I'm like you, by the way, Jayla, where when I was my first play, I was 4 and I was the bowl of mush in Goodnight Moon. Did you
And
ever
that was
read
the most
Goodnight Moon?
important I've read bits and pieces of it, but that is the
The
most important
ending.
part.
It's the ending is the bowl of mush. So that was huge. And I will never forget. Like I was
No.
this little chubby kid who just had a really hard time making friends. And they cast me as the bowl of mush. And I remember being like, this is it. This is my
Yes,
career.
that's the
This is
part.
this is what I want to do with my entire life.
Yes,
Because I was a bowl of mush. It's so
yes.
weird how it starts, how you get the like bug.
So if you're gonna be a bowl of mush, you're gonna be the best bowl of mush out there right now. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, I was like crushed it. Also funny enough, my mom was a makeup artist.
Yes,
So she was like, you are gonna be a star bowl of mush. And everybody else didn't
yes.
want their
She
kids
put the
wearing
lipstick
makeup,
on.
but she did my whole hair. Like my mom started dyeing my hair when I was like 7 years old or whatever color
Yeah,
I wanted. She was so into any kind of beauty things I wanted.
expressive. Yeah, why not?
Oh my God, she was incredible about that.
Yeah,
But I think that's why I'm okay at makeup, but I never was great because anything I was doing, she would do for me. Like she would come
yeah,
in and fix everything and do all the things. So I wish I learned more while she
yeah.
was with us.
You know what? I only know how to do my own makeup. I can't do anyone else's makeup.
No way. I
I
don't
swear.
believe
I
you're
swear.
no, you're putting that energy out in the universe, but that can't be true because your makeup is flawless. It cannot
For
be that
me,
hard.
for me.
Yeah, but it
But
can't be that
no, I've
any
tried.
different,
I've
right?
tried. Huh?
It can't be that different on somebody else.
Yes, it's because everybody's face is different. So what I do for my face works for my face. Now, if I put this face on you, you're gonna be looking like Joan Rivers, honey.
Really? I feel like I could wear
Yes.
that eye, no?
This is too heavy for you.
Well, it's only 'cause of my pale ass right now 'cause I'm not getting any sun, but
Well, I
right
mean,
now
not the color, but I'm just saying like just the type, the technique. You know what I mean? That's too heavy.
really? Oh, but I
Yeah.
want that. I
I
think
mean, you
that
can do it for you, but I can't tell you how. Because I would be like, oh, you might need this color. Let's experiment. I like to experiment.
so you never do any of your friends' makeup?
Mm-mm, they know not to ask me. I'll give them makeup to like, "Here,
Yeah,
play
but
with it." I
wow.
no, I've done my best friend Brock's makeup, and I'm so glad that I don't do it because I was like,
You didn't like it?
yeah, I was like, "Damn." And then when he turned around because he doesn't wear makeup, so I was like, "Let me just experiment. Let me see what I know what I'm doing." And
Yeah.
I felt like the counter lady, honey, but I was counterfeit.
I feel like another thing that connects us going back to an earlier question is that we both have a lot of different passions. So right
Yeah,
now, obviously we know each other through hosting, and then you've also been on this show been talking about acting and a theater bug, and of
yeah.
course you are have an entire makeup company. So there's that. Do you feel like you want to just keep moving forward in all these spaces, or do you feel like somehow they're all kind of come to emerge? Does that even make sense?
Yep. Okay. So I mentioned it before, but I haven't really, I mean, we're still in the development phases, but I guess I'll put it in the universe.
Yeah, put it out there.
So I have the opportunity to, so right now, I took a couple of seasons off from AfterBuzz, just for the sake of wanting to make sure my full availability would be able for this specific project that is coming up in the works, and especially now we need it more than ever.
Right.
So what it is it's going to be a leading POC LGBT streaming service, and it's going to be filled with original content, and we're putting these stories and we're telling these stories through art and through creativity and through music with these original shows and original content that people can see themselves a part of, and tell the stories that for people that look like them. You know what I mean? And I've always been a big preacher on representation matters. So me being on AfterBuzz doesn't seem like much to you because you see hosts all the time, but it meant the world to me because it's like now people can see me on the AfterBuzz stage and being able to talk about what I love and doing my dad jokes and having my quirkiness, and I'm getting fans from all over the world.
All over the world. It's so
all
crazy.
over the world.
And you are so loved. Like they're obsessed with you.
People are staying up till 4 a.m. in Guam and Japan and all these things just to hear what the hell I got to say.
Right.
And that makes me feel good. So I've always been big on representation matters. And I have a very supportive panel, Mark, Jackie, Ollie.
Who are bringing you masks. I don't have a panel bringing me masks. Where's my mask?
I know.
Hello.
I know. It's so cute. So they've been very supportive throughout the whole thing. And they are the first ones to shout it out. You know what I mean? Make sure you go support Batme. Jackie buys Batme. You know what I mean? She's wearing it on the show. She's plugging it on the show.
Yeah.
And those are the people that and that's what AfterBuzz means to me, is like I've built lifelong family friends. We have a group chat and we talk every day. And just those people. We donated our time to Trans Pride last year, all together as a group. And we were supposed to do the protest, but there was some stuff that happened. But we like, they were very supportive, and we talked about it before this, like, Drag Race goes on and on and on. So we talked about like me possibly taking a break, and I was a little nervous, like, what are they gonna say? But I was like, I can come to them for anything.
Yeah.
And they were like, we got this. Go ahead and do it. We ain't gonna replace you. Just come back when you're done. And that's what I needed. And it gave me the push. So Remedy TV is coming, and it's going to be great. It's going to be available on iOS, Apple TV, Roku, all those fun things. So we get to tell these stories from on a global standpoint, because we're working with people from South Africa and Japan, and
wow.
So it's deeper than just LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're telling stories from all over the world. So I'm just happy to be head honcho of that. So that's what I'm working on now.
Damn. As if you weren't working on enough already.
I know.
That's
now you see why I need a house plant.
Yeah, now you need a house plant. Speaking about representation, we had a question in here from Weston Ira, who said,
yes.
Okay, he always tries to make ship names with me and my guests, so he's calling us #Rayla. So I guess
like
Roxy Jayla is cute. Rayla is here to steal the show. Similar to what I asked James Lott Jr. a couple of days ago.
Oh, I love him.
What do you think? I adore him. He is
James Lott Jr.
Incredible. What do you think the timetable is for legitimate trans representation arriving in the world of gaming? I know we have Nicole Maines as Dreamer on Supergirl, but gaming, to my knowledge, still hasn't even made it to that point yet.
Okay.
I'm not a gamer. I don't really game, but you are a gamer?
Hidden talent.
God,
I am one.
Talents do you have?
Okay, so when I'm not catering to my houseplant, I kick ass in Fortnite, and I be winning.
No way.
I be whooping those people's asses. No, so I am a really big gamer. Like, I have a PlayStation, and I have like a catalog of games. So me and Ollie actually did a show when Spider-Man first came out, and we were it was called Let's Play, and we did like a whole thing or whatever. It was fun, and Ollie was just a Spider-Man. But as a gamer, there is a new game that's coming out called Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077. And it's going to be the first like open world game that allows transgender characters. And I don't know like the importance of that, but I feel like it's monumental. Like I don't know how they're going to use it in the game, but that's monumental that they're able to do that, and you can customize and everything. And they kind of because the brand is more sexualized, and we try to shy away from sexualizing like bodies and anybody's body, but mainly trans people. But they did some branding, just kind of normalizing trans people, and there was 3 naked people on or 3 like tightly clothed characters on their billboards, but one of the characters was a female that was transgender and had this big, very detailed. So people were like, this is insane, but everybody was like that. The guy had a big one and nice chest. The girls had her boobs up and nice like vagina area.
Yeah. What did you think?
I was like, talk about it. Sell that fucking game. Excuse my language, Avery, if you're still on here.
Avery knows. And I had to, I told Chris, I love your daughter being in here, but we swear we talk real, and he's okay with it and so great. Avery lives for it.
So I loved it. I was like, yes, that's what I mean. Like, don't shy away from it. It happened. They're like, that's just like seeing, but it immediately got scrapped. People were like, oh, really? No. You can Google it though.
So who were the people that were most like anti or getting it scrapped?
The Mormons.
Hey.
So no, I'm just kidding. It wasn't Mormons. It was more of like the middle America people who will never buy the game. You know what I mean? Who don't have a PlayStation.
Like they're up in arms about anything.
Yeah, the PlayStation is churning milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff. And it was just like, I mean, some people feel some type of ways. Like when you go to a museum and you see naked art, you sit there and like, take this down. You sit up there and you go, interesting. It makes you talk. Or I went into a museum and it was nothing but asses. And it was
Where
like
was that? I need that. I could use a good ass.
And it was like just nothing but asses, like just people's asses. It was like big, like art pieces of ass. And people were just like, I want to go. You know what I mean? And
I'd go to that for sure.
Yeah, like I like ass, and people like ass. So it makes you talk about it though. Even when people do like nude art, like live nude art, and the model gets naked, you know what I mean? You just paint. It's just art.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I kind of love that.
I want to go.
So first of all, it's amazing that when Weston asked that question about representation in gaming, I was like, fuck, I don't know anything about gaming. And I was like, I've never heard Jayla talk about gaming. And there you are, like a gaming expert who like knows exactly what's happening in the gaming world. That's crazy. More
my true colors.
But I love that. I think that's like exactly how it should be, where you have so many passions, and because that's how I am. Like all of a sudden I'll be talking about football and people are like, what?
Yeah. They're not expecting it. So maybe they can give me like a gaming like show and I can game for the people. Because I'm good. I be winning after a night. Yeah, I won. Like it's like 100 people. You've ever played it before? You're not a gamer, so 100 people in the room, and you got it's like last.
And that's for Fortnite.
Yeah, it's like Hunger Games.
And you won?
Yes, I always win.
Oh my god! Wait, I feel like you need to. Don't people compete in this? Like, isn't there a?
Oh, I ain't going to compete in it.
Okay.
My ass handled, but yeah. So, and that's probably why I'm still single, because I'm like a nerd. Like I can't show you, but I have Funko Pops around the room.
I do too.
And yeah, I just got the child from The Mandalorian yesterday.
Oh my god, I want that so bad.
7-Eleven. I was like, he doesn't deserve to be here. I'll take him. You know what I mean?
He was at 7-Eleven?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of them. I was like, I want to. I have like all this Funko Pop stuff. I'm looking at them.
But are you dating right now, or like because you said you're still single because of your nerdness? I just feel like we need to find you an amazing nerd. Then
I need an amazing nerd who lives in LA. Are there any nerds that live in LA? Like I'm using this time now to be like the Bachelorette. Oh, I'm so single. I can cook. I can clean. My house is clean.
Oh my God. Did you see that who's going to be the new Bachelor? He's like so fucking hot. We should get you on that.
That's a last minute thing, but we'll talk about that later. They were just like, oh, by the way, you come here.
Well, I still think he is so hot.
But I mean, because what happened to Claire? Wasn't she next?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that she threw shade at him too for something, right? Didn't
Yeah,
I read that?
They just did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if it's okay, let me say this. If it's already taped, good for ABC. But if it's not, and they're saying, oh, well, here you go, it'll come out next year, that means you're like rushing to do it. And
no, there's no way it's already taped because I saw him on Good Morning America and he said his mom didn't even know that he was going to be the Bachelor until the announcement on Instagram or whatever.
Oh, so this is just a safe face.
Well, I think that I don't even know if you know this, but Jayla, Rachel, did you watch The Bachelor or Bachelorette at all? So Rachel was she's the only person of the 40, however many people they've had.
Oh, yes, the Black girl.
Yeah, she's the only one to be a Black lead for The Bachelorette. So she came on after Buzz with one of our hosts, Kelsey, and she told right after she started this petition because she was like very open. She was like, I haven't been open enough about this. This is fucked up that there's been 40 and none of the men have been Black and one woman has been. This is fucking crazy. Yeah. And they started a petition and they got tons of signatures. And like 2 days later, ABC made this announcement. So I think that it had like a huge impact, but I'm with you still. It feels like it's a little bit of a trend, but we'll see after this point. Like, yeah.
Because I mean, like the reason why I used to try to watch it because I love dating shows like Flavor. I like Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, all those of love shows. I was a fan of. So I love dating shows like Tila Tequila, all that stuff. So I try to give Bachelor a chance because it's more like it's not as it's trashy, but it's not as trashy as those shows.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like. Because like I said, representation matters. So I see the Black girls up there and they're beautiful and they're nice, they look like me. And they're like, I'm like, yes, she has a chance. And she goes home first.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, all right, next. And she's the only Black girl up there. I'm like,
I know so many Black castmates have been talking about how like they were one of 10 people left and like the only Black person that was left of 10 people. And they knew that they were just like filling a spot so that the person who was picking didn't feel like they had no Black people left. It's been the way they've handled it has been so fucked up. By the way, pausing to acknowledge Stupid Stars music says Jayla snack, LOL, not sorry. Love you too, Roxy. Well, a single snack who's
that's my Instagram right here. Slide up in my DMs and we can talk all night long.
I love that. Also, shout out to some other support in here. Dodger Ryan, thank you. Lloyd Nance, who I'm obsessed with, who is our very first person to ever support this show.
Yay.
So, Lloyd, and also to PLD. You guys saying Roxy Stryer, finishing each other's sentences. Also in
they're like, you gotta do it like, okay, so reading live chats, you gotta kind of say it like you're in an arena. So they were chanting, they were like, Roxy.
If I'm ever in an arena and anybody's chanting my name, then I did something right because I'm
right. They want it. They ready for you.
I need that. Broken Blue said, "I love the permanent smile on Jayla's face.
I know it won't go away.
I know." It says, "You are stunning. What's the last movie you watched?" I just watched Angel Heart starring Robert De Niro and Mickey Rourke. I never knew Mickey looked like that. LOL. I've never seen it, so I don't know what Mickey Rourke looked like in it. But Jayla, what's the last movie? Because you said that you watch a lot of movies, right?
Yes. Okay. So the last movie I watched. Oh yes. Okay. The last movie I watched was. It was actually a double feature because I have like this movie theater thing. Like I'm so into tech, so I have like so much tech.
Like a projector kind of thing?
No, it's just like a movie like sound system or whatever. So I'm like sitting here at my movies. I watched The Curse of I can't say it. La Llorona.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this. The Curse of
call her the Curse of Corona.
Yeah, something like that.
The Curse of Corona. That's what I call it. So it's one of those like seen it before.
Is it a horror movie?
It's a horror movie, yeah. and it came out last year, and it was free on Hulu, and I was like, oh, well, let's see what it's about. So I watched it, and Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler.
That one freaked me out.
Oh my God, I was not I don't want to spoil it, but that movie is. Yeah. I mean, I wanted to see it in theaters, but I think COVID hit right when it like peaked, and I get like discount on movies, so that's another reason if y'all want to date me, I get discounts on movie tickets.
Why do you get discounts on movie tickets? Can I ask that? Oh, because you're perfect and
yeah.
Damn. Whoa.
So I have like this little perks system thing, and I get like discount because I go to movies all the time, and I go like, and you have to be okay. I'm like a grandma, so you have to go. I don't like night movies because I live by City Walk, so I'm like, I always go. But I go like
I love City Walk Theater.
Yeah, like 1:30. And then I'll go to like on a Tuesday.
Oh my God, such a grandma. By the way, I think Stupid Star's really trying to don't play Jayla.
Okay. Just don't say any of your private parts. I have been getting that recently. People are bored in quarantine.
I know.
Their private parts to me. So
it's so true. I'm getting that too. But you know what? I was getting more private parts before quarantine, and since quarantine, I'm getting more hate. I feel like people have turned very angry, so I'm getting more of like calling me the C word or coming at me, saying that I'm a bitch or
keyboard warriors.
Yeah, totally. You should jump off a bridge. A lot of that during quarantine.
But why? What have you done?
Who the fuck knows? I'm losing followers left and right because of the fact that I'm standing up for what's right. So like,
oh yeah, because I feel like if you don't stand up at all, or you feel like it's going to ruin your brand, and your brand is trash, period.
And then your brand is trash. But also, it's so fucking confusing because you know me, I have never been quiet. So what the fuck were you guys following me for in the first place?
Yeah, tits and ass.
A lot of them have said that because I've written back to them after they've said like unfollowing you're such trash now, like hashtag all lives matter or whatever they fucking say. And I write back and I've been like, hey, just curious, why were you following me in the first place? Because I've always had very strong beliefs and I've never let them be silent. And they've been like, because you're fucking hot, don't be stupid. And it's like,
yeah, you are fucking hot.
So you are trash. That like that's what you whatever it is. Fucking what it is.
But my thing is, let me just ask this question for the All Lives Matter people.
They're not in here. That's the problem. They're not gonna be able to answer.
Well, somebody's gonna listen to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Aren't we agreeing about the same thing?
Yeah, I know. It's fucking crazy because if you really do believe all lives matter, then obviously you fucking believe that Black Lives Matter. Like it's so stupid.
Yes, they do. Yes, but
it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Another comment in here, Glenn Caesar. Hello, Roxy and Jayla. Thanks for another great show. 2 thumbs up. It was very interesting hearing your conversation and getting to know Jayla. I'm glad Jayla is in the Rockstars band, and I hope that you all have the best rest of the day that you possibly can. Much love. Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn.
Oh, that made my day. I know. They're so freaking sweet. I can't even.
I don't have Botox, you guys. Like I'm really happy to be here. And like
you are smile. Like I need. It's so. What's it called? What's that word? Contagious? Confectious? Contagious? What's the word? I want to smile when I see you smile. Contagious?
Contagious. I'm not contagious, but I'm contagious.
No. Yeah. That's why when I said it, I was like, that word doesn't sound
like
right now.
you can tell like I'm really happy in my skin. I'm really happy in my like setting right now, and I'm safe. And I get to be here live with the Roxx energy. Like this is it. This is emulating my life. This is how I am 24/7. So I'm always smiling, and I feel like every time I got breath in my body, I gotta smile. You know what I mean?
I'm so fucking obsessed with you and that answer. Just like you have the best energy.
And I have nice new teeth, so that,
I'm telling you, I'm jealous of that. They're just looking like yellow and fucked up right now. My whole face.
So they're not like veneers.
So what did you do? How did you do it?
They like scraped and like dipped them. I don't know. Like I couldn't see. So I
Did it hurt?
No. It's just like a lot of tug. Like do you like the dentist?
Yeah, I do, but I feel like I'm not gonna like the dentist now that I think I have a cavity.
Yeah. So like let's wait like a year and a half.
Okay. Shit. By that point we'll be out of COVID. We are getting out of here, guys, but I know that you are the most supportive group ever. So please go support Jayla in all of her places. Jayla, where can they find you, follow you, support you, buy everything?
Yes. So when people are always asking me, like, what can white people do for, LGBT, Black, or trans, or whatever, support them, give them the voice, give them the opportunities like this. Thank you, Roxy, for having me and like putting me in the forefront. That's as much as, you know what I mean? That's all we've been asking is just, we are here just as much as you're here, but we're not, I don't devalidate you, you don't devalidate me. And, we can be in the same space live at the Roxy, honey.
Yeah.
So I am like forever grateful for you always giving me a place to have a voice.
Always will. That's a promise. And one day when you're much, much more successful than I am and on a massive stage, I'm going to be calling you. Hey, I need a little voice. Help me out.
Like a little hand. So you guys can go to Batme Cosmetics if you want some makeup. It's BATME, batmecosmetics.com. It's also on Instagram, Batme Cosmetics. And if you want to slide up in my DMs, I'm serious. Y'all want to slide up in my DMs. Can they see this?
Yeah, they can see it, of course. But like, again, remember what we said. There are guidelines, and the guidelines consist of no
come correct.
Yeah. Has it ever worked for anybody who just sends a picture of their genitals and then hopes that like gets a good response ever?
No.
I don't think so.
Even if it's big.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's big, but now I'm like, block.
It's just also, by the way, go give Jayla a follow on Instagram.
Show me some love.
All the things she's working on, because you just talked about some of the stuff you have coming up, which is huge.
And you don't get to miss my dance parties, because I also have posted my dance parties on Instagram. So those 15 dance
minutes you dance in the morning, you post on IG?
No, I don't post all of it. I just like post me like acting, doing my little dance.
I've seen that. Where the fuck have I been?
I just posted a new one. I normally try to take them down because I don't want people to be like, oh, okay, thinking she's crazy.
You gotta keep that shit up. It's so cute.
I kept the last one my newest post is my last dance party.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Yes, you have to. So I can't wait.
So you guys, for me, tomorrow we'll be back live at the Roxy. I'm not sure about guests this week, except I do know on Thursday James Maple is joining us. He's also an AfterBuzz host, and he was protesting 8 days in a row. He was shot by a rubber bullet first day and continued to protest, and is an unbelievable writer, host, person. You guys are going to adore him. So he's coming up this week as well. And I can't wait for that. But more guests too. And you guys let me know, as always, who you want on the show. I want to be lending this platform and talking to people that you guys are not seeing in all different places, who you think might need a little bit of a voice, who have interesting stories. So just let me know. Everybody at home, round of applause for Jayla Roxx.
Thank you guys so much. And everybody's been here the whole time. Nobody left, I don't think.
No, and also afterwards, there are going to be so many other people who watch it, because I've found, because we are global, that this time works for some people, but then not for others, and then all the people afterwards. So if you are watching this after the fact, by the way, leave a comment. Let me know how much you love Jayla, because I know that those are the comments that are coming. You guys have been so incredible leaving comments this week. Also, James Lott texted me and said he felt so much love from you guys, and that he had done like 100 shows this month, and that from this community is the community he heard the most from afterwards with support. So I love hearing that. Keep up the good work, rock stars. You guys are fucking incredible.
Yes. Wait, you call them rock stars too?
Yeah, is that your people too?
I call them rock stars.
Oh my God, we have the same people.
Let's merge the people, girl.
Wait, I love that. Oh my God, I didn't know. Fuck yeah. Rock stars forever then. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Again, a huge thank you to Jayla. You're incredible. And I will talk to you soon, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.